Today, I'll teach you the making method for the Sunshine Yoke Sweater from Herbal Chronicle series. The tutorial only explains the key and difficult spots. The demonstration process uses a small sample, only demonstrating the method. First, work round 5. Make 1 chain as the beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the single crochet of round 3. That is, the insertion point of the previous slip stitch. Wrap the slip stitch in together. Then pick the stitches of round 4 to work corresponding stitch patterns. Next, slip stitch position. Similarly, insert into the single crochet below to work a single crochet. Work the entire round using this method. To make the texture look neat at the end, cut the yarn and fasten off after the slip stitch. Tuck in the yarn tail properly. That completes the explanation for round 5. Now move on to round 6. Find the chain stitch loop position of round 3. From the back of the fabric, insert into the right side of the middle double crochet of round 4. Pick up the chain stitch loop to join yarn. Work 1 single crochet in the same stitch. Then work 9 chains. On the next chain space, insert from behind into the right side of the middle double crochet. Work 1 single crochet. Complete this round using this method. When starting round 7, work 1 slip stitch in the left chain space. Transition the yarn to the corresponding position and crochet. On the previous round, work a back post double crochet in the picket stitch double crochet from the back left side. Pick up the chain stitch loop to join yarn. Work 1 single crochet in the same stitch. 5 chains. Work 1 back post single crochet in the left single crochet stitch of round 6. Five chains. On the next chain space, work a single crochet from behind. Repeat this process to finish the round. Find the picket stitch space in the 7th round. Insert. Then insert into the corresponding single crochet stitch of the previous round from behind. Join yarn. Make 3 beginning chains. Then refer to the pattern to work the corresponding stitches. When reaching the single crochet position, don't forget to also insert into the corresponding picket stitch space below. Work double crochets. Motif 1, repeat this process. Finish this round. After completing, measure the motif's dimensions. Compare with the dimensions given in the chart. When working the remaining motif ones, you also need to join them with the adjacent motif. Here I'll demonstrate the joining method using a swatch. Refer to the diagram for specific joining positions. Continue crocheting until before the chain position. Reach the corresponding position. Place the motif with the adjacent motif wrong sides facing each other. Replace the chain with a slip stitch. Insert the hook downwards into the corresponding chain space. Pay attention, keep the yarn underneath. Then continue to crochet the entire round. This way, 2 motifs are joined together. The connection point forms this kind of line with a more beautiful texture. Note that when connecting motif 1 later, you need to connect at the chain space on the opposite side of the already connected position. Similarly, replace the chain with a slip stitch to join. The last motif 1 not only needs to connect with the previous motif 1 at the opposite chain space, but also needs to connect with the first motif 1 at the corresponding chain space on the left side. Once completed, the motifs form a closed circle. That concludes the explanation for motif 1. For motif 2 in the final round, work and join simultaneously with the corresponding position of motif 1. The method is the same. Motif 2s also need to be connected to each other. For motif 3, round 4, pick up the chain loops of round 2. Insert the hook into the left side of the middle double crochet of round 3. Final round, work and join as you go. The method is similar to motif 2. For motif 4 in the final round, work and join as you go. However, the connection is made at the double crochet position. Note that the first motif and the last motif are not connected. This creates an opening. Now I'll demonstrate the joining method for motif 4. Crochet to the double crochet position, where connection is needed. Join with a slip stitch by picking up the V-shaped loop of the previous round slip stitch. Complete the corresponding double crochet. Take the corresponding motif 3. Insert into the corresponding position. Continue crocheting chain stitches. Make sure the yarn is underneath. This connects the two motifs together. The joining method for motif 4 is now complete. Motif 4 also needs a flower core in the center. Tidy up after completing the flower core, attach it directly to the center position. Tie a knot and weave in the ends on the wrong side. Adjust it nicely. That covers the key points of the motifs. After completing the shoulder parts motifs and knitting needles section, crochet corner triangles in the gaps of the shoulder parts motifs at different positions. The joining positions and number of chain stitches for corner triangles vary. Just follow the chart to crochet. Pay attention when joining with a slip stitch. Similar to connecting with motif 1. Insert the hook from above. Simply pick up the joining spot and slip stitch. For motif 4 at this unconnected position, no corner triangle needs to be crocheted. I'll demonstrate the first 2 rows on the right side. Locate the shoulder opening. The single crochet at the top left corner of motif 4 on the right side. Pick up the stitch and join yarn. Then work 5 chain stitches. Make 1 single crochet in the double crochet on the left. 1 chain stitch. Then work 1 treble crochet decrease. First, in the slip stitch braid of motif 4 on the left side, work 1 incomplete treble crochet. Yarn over twice. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 2 times. Continue at the connection position below. Work 1 incomplete treble crochet. Finally, yarn over and draw through all loops in once. That completes the treble crochet decrease. Continue with 1 chain stitch. Crochet the corresponding stitch pattern on motif 3 below. Once the chain is done, on motif 3, the single crochet on the left side, in the left gap. Pick up the chain braid from behind with a slip stitch. Row 1 is complete. Continue to return and crochet row 2. Turn the work. The last single crochet is worked into the third chain stitch. Row 2 is complete. Cut the yarn. The right side 2 rows are done. Continue crocheting the first 2 rows on the left front. On motif 3 below, join the yarn to the single crochet stitch on the left side. Note that the right side fabric is placed behind. Crochet the first 2 rows according to the chart. Join with a slip stitch at the joining position. The first 2 rows are completed. Now crochet row 3. First, work a slip stitch transition on the left single crochet stitch. Chain 1. Turn the work. Crochet single crochets according to the chart. Note that when working on the wrong side, the stitches are in the upper left. At the last stitch position, work 1 single crochet. Chain 8. Pick up the front loop of the single crochet and the strand below. Work a slip stitch. Work 2 single crochets in the same position below. Then refer to the chart. Crochet the corresponding stitch pattern on motif 4. Finally, join with a slip stitch at the first row position on the right side. Cut the yarn. Row 3 is completed. The collar forms an overlapping effect like this. Up to this point, the challenging parts of the entire garment have all been explained.